It's Friday, February 28th. You're looking at Times Square on this final day of the month as New York City gets ready for business. TGIF. A very good morning to you. I'm Ruben Ramirez at the NASDAQ market site. Let's get right to it. Stock index futures pointing to a flat open when trading gets underway this morning. Of course, we are continuing to follow developments out of the Ukraine. 2 airports in the Cramer region being patrolled by uniformed men carrying rifles. Ukraine's interior minister calling the latest actions a, quote, armed invasion and occupation by Russia. Ukraine's central bank has put a temporary limit on foreign currency withdrawals of $1,500. Let's get a quick check of European markets about midway through the trading day. They are all lower at this hour. Earlier today, we got inflation data out of the Eurozone, which was unchanged in February, easing pressure on the European Central Bank to take more action to support economic growth when it meets next Thursday. In Asia, the Nikkei ended down 82 points to 14,841. While troubled Bitcoin exchange Mt. Gox has reportedly filed for bankruptcy protection, the Wall Street Journal reports the announcement was made by a lawyer for the company in a Tokyo court. Mt. Gox has $63.6 million in outstanding debt. The last time we heard from Mt. Gox was on Tuesday when it said all transactions were being halted to protect the site and its users. Mt. Gox said 750,000 of its customers' bitcoins and 100,000 of its own had been lost. That represents a loss of $473 million. Keep an eye on shares of Gap this morning. Shares were down after the close Thursday. They ended the day yesterday at $43.68. The company reported its quarterly results, which topped Wall Street forecasts, but investors keyed in on its disappointing earnings outlook for 2014. The casual apparel retailer also announcing a 10% dividend hike. And our action alert this morning is WhiteWave. Our Jim Cramer says the natural foods company is now in the best position of any consumer packaged goods company in the U.S. Cramer says since WhiteWave broke off from Dean Foods, it has emerged as the best way to invest in the worldwide wave toward natural and organic eating. Also, keep an eye on shares of Apple throughout the day. Investors pulling the shares higher on Thursday as the tech giant gets ready to host its annual shareholders meeting in California later today. Investors will likely have lots of questions for CEO Tim Cook about what new products may be in the pipeline. Well, for all the latest business news throughout the day, visit TheStreet.com. In New York, I'm Ruben Ramirez at the NASDAQ market site. Have a great weekend.